This is the watch list video for February 29th, Monday. Starting off with the SPY, really nice double bottom, and this played out bigger than I ever would have thought. Now we gapped up on Friday, which kind of felt like, hey, maybe it's finally capitulation because we have gone a long way in a short period of time. But I would also point out that just a few sessions ago, it looked like we hit the 50-day and we're rolling over, and just like that. And then we get the big gap down, just like that, we're up to new recent highs. So keep that in mind. And the only reason I point that out is just to remind everybody who trades that anything can happen. All right, so here's my watch list for Monday. I really like this chart. I felt like this one needed to come in on Friday, and it did. So it's more interesting now than it was on Thursday because it just felt like, hey, that's a big move, needs to come in. So there, you've got it coming in on lower volume. You had this big spike here. You've got a lower high now. Now this may consolidate for several days and then break out. It may never break out, so keep that in mind. But I do like this. A lot of times you get a nice move, a strong stock, and the next day you get a red day, and then the very next day it goes. So I definitely want to have that one on watch. EYES. I like this chart. Now the story on this was because they were supposed to air or be featured on an HBO special on Friday evening, which I guess has passed now. But if I didn't know that and I just discovered the chart, you've got a really nice high volume 2-day move and then a very clean pullback to the 8-day, close to the 20-day on lower volume. So this is a good setup for a move higher. I don't know if the whole HBO thing is going to throw a wrench into this, but it's a lower float stock that can move really well at times. So let's keep that one on watch for a bounce on Monday. SGMS, got a couple trades in this one on Friday. Didn't exactly rip, but very big volume and closed near its high. So maybe a red to green on that one. Let's keep that one on watch. TROV. This one, I don't know what to say about it. It's not really much of a day trader. You can see this big volume spike here was almost 7 million shares, but after that, it rarely trades more than 1 million shares, with a few exceptions. Rarely trades more than a million shares in any given day. The story is good. I like this pop. I like the lower high here, but it's just, I don't know. I don't really have any kind of, hey, here's a clear-cut trigger. It's not much of a day trade. I mean, I like it over 5.5. But I almost think I'd like to see this one come in for a couple days and then kind of fuel for the next move higher. So I'm going to keep it on watch, but I'm certainly not in love with it. I want to watch Herbalife, HLF, very strong on Friday. Gave back some of its gains, though, closed about somewhere in the middle of its range. So maybe a red to green on HLF. A lot of shorts in that one. IMMR. Let me remind you, in case this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, I am looking for things that can pay me and our chat room members tomorrow, or in other words, the next trading day. I am not looking at these charts saying, hey, these are great investments. All right, I'm a trader, so I try to find things that might give us a nice move tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm just trying to look for stuff that's going to make me some money, and then I get back to cash before the close every day. So that's what these videos are all about. And another example of that is IMMR, nice volume spike on Friday. Maybe a red to green on that one. AERI. This one had this big volume spike, about 6-7 sessions ago, came in, it held the 20-day and starting to push higher. So here it is on 15-minute candles. So you do feel like you've got some support now, and so maybe it's higher from here. A lot of times you get a gap up and the thing sells off and finds support, and then it's up. I mean, look what it did back here. It just kept selling. This is a little different. It's definitely finding support around 16 and now starting to push up. So maybe some follow through on that one. On Monday, SWHC. This one's a little far away from the moving averages, so I'm not in love with it, but it is strong, and I'd like to see it come in another day, and then I'd be really interested in it. Its sister stock, Ruger RGR, broke out on Thursday and is really holding those gains pretty well on Friday. So if RGR continues higher, we can look to SWHC, which has a recent high still to make a run at, if you will. All right, so let's keep our eyes on that one, especially if Ruger moves. And then lastly, CBI. I'm never in love with my weekend list, by the way. I like the week to start, and then Monday will give me a whole new set of stocks to look at for Tuesday. But this is what I found. Okay, and then CBI, a nice bounce back here. It had support here, went below it, but then right back above it here, and this was when the market was getting slammed. And so now you've got a higher low and a couple catalysts here. A recent high from about a week ago was 35.81. Friday's high was 35.47. So I like it over Friday's high. Then maybe it retakes the high from a few days ago and maybe breaks out above 36. All right, so there it is on 60s. I like to look a few different. 15 shows it pretty well. Get a nice move here, and then you can kind of picture a trend line. Right? Whoops. So over this trend line, this one could maybe retake 36 and move higher. So again, not in love with any of these. We're hoping to find some gappers in the morning that we can trade and maybe get our daily goal in the bank in the first 20 minutes, and then kind of watch the rest of the day for setups and reversal plays and that sort of thing. All right. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.